Hey guys, it's Jen. Okay, this video has been a little while in the making, but I've had numerous requests for it, so I figured I would get on it. You guys know that Urban Decay's Naked Palette is one of the most sought after makeup items there is right now, and actually for the last little while. Now, what some of you may or may not know is that a couple of the other palettes from Urban Decay contain some of the colors that can be found in the Naked palette. So I have the Clean palette here and the Vegan palette. Now, in the Clean palette, you have the colors Smog and Toasted, these two colors at the very bottom, that can be found in the Naked palette. And in the Vegan palette here, you actually have three of them. You have Smog, Half-Baked, and Gunmetal. So with these two palettes, there's actually four of the colors that are found in the Naked palette. So here, Smog, Half-Baked, and the Gunmetal. So what I've gone and done is found you guys some really inexpensive, either very, very close, if not exact duplications, or some very low-cost alternatives. So what we're going to start with is, let's see here. Well, I think we're going to start with the ones that are actually found in the Naked palette. So let's start with Smog. So I'm going to take Smog here out of the Vegan palette, and I'm going to put a little swatch of that on my hand. And there you are. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, and I'm going to take this third color right here. So as you can see, these colors are pretty darn close, and for a fraction of the cost. So let me just clean the area off here. And the next one we're going to do, let's do Toasted. Now I'm taking Toasted from the Clean palette and swatching it here on my hand. Okay. Now I'm going to go back into the Comfort Zone palette, and I'm going to take this color second from the top. And again, guys, here's the colors, and they are pretty close. It's hard with the lighting to get it to show as good as I'd like it to. Maybe if I take away some of the glare. Okay, and there's the two colors there. So, okay, now let's move on to Gunmetal from the Vegan palette. We'll take a swatch of that, and I'm going to place that on my hand. Now I'm going to go into my Lust palette here, again from Wet n Wild, and we're going to take that silvery gray color that's in that palette, and I'm going to place that swatch right beside. Now these are pretty much identical. You couldn't ask for a closer match. The same sheen, the same everything to it. So imagine the savings that can be found there. Now the next one I'm going to move on to is the Urban Decay Twice Baked. So again, that one can be found in the vegan palette. This one is not in the naked palette, I don't believe, or it could be, I'm not exactly sure. But I have found dupes for pretty much almost every color that is in these two Urban Decay palettes. So here we have Twice Baked. Now, right beside that, sorry guys, L'Oreal Paris Color Infallible, and the color is Endless Chocolate. Now, these L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadows, guys, I'm going to have to tell you, are very similar in color, texture, everything to Urban Decay. The wearability, and they come in a variety of colors. I actually own 2 of them because I wanted to test out a few before I actually purchased them. I think the regular price on these is probably about $12 or so, but I got mine on sale for half price. So we're going to swatch that right next to the half baked, or twice baked, sorry. And there are the 2 colors side by side. So again, very, very close. I would actually say that the L'Oreal Infallible has a little bit more sheen to it and a little bit more pigmentation. But the colors are pretty much exact. Now let's clean that up and move on to Mildew. So, Mildew can be found in the cream palette, and that's the green color here. So we'll take a swatch of that and place it on the hand. There you are. And we're going to go back into that Comfort Zone palette. And if you see, there's a mossy kind of green in the Comfort Zone palette right here. So we're going to take that one and place it right beside Mildew. Okay, so there we go. The color is a little bit lighter than the Urban Decay one. But we're going to actually test another thing here. We're going to grab, this is the e.l.f. Beauty Encyclopedia, and this is the Sparkle Eye Edition, and they actually have a mossy green in this one as well. And we're actually going to swatch that on the opposite side of the Urban Decay. And if you'll look, that one is almost an exact match. Now, what I'm finding with both the Wet n Wild and the e.l.f. palette is that you can find pretty much any Urban Decay shadow or even MAC shadow in one of these palettes. And I mean, for a fraction of the cost. You figure what an Urban Decay eyeshadow or a MAC shadow single costs, where you can get e.l.f. palette or a Wet n Wild palette for $5 or under. I mean, so the savings are there. So next we're going to move on to Flash, which is okay, next we're going to move on to Flash, which again is in the cream palette, and it's this really vibrant purple. So here's the swatch of that there. Now again, L'Oreal Infallible has, I don't own it, but I've seen it, and they have a gorgeous, gorgeous purple that I'm pretty sure would be pretty close to this, if not exact. So let me just find where I put that particular palette that I'm looking for here. Okay, so if we take the Physicians Formula Green Eye Candy palette, and we use this mid purple here right under that green, and we swatch that, and we're going to place that right beside, and again, a pretty close match. Now we're going to go back to that e.l.f. Sparkle Eye Edition, and they actually have a nice purple in there, so let's just test this one out as well. And again, the color is pretty close, but this one was more matte. So I'm actually going to go into the Bright Eye Edition by e.l.f. and choose this purple right here, which actually has a bit of shimmer to it. And swatched right above, or for you it would be below. But there's the Urban Decay one. So again, very, very close. Or sorry, the Urban Decay one was right here. It was the first one I swatched. So again, now let's move on to Painkiller. So Painkiller is in the cream palette, and it's this nice turquoisey color. So we'll grab some of that, and I'm going to swatch it on my hand. So there is Painkiller. So if we go into the Wet n Wild's Blue Had Me at Hello palette, there is this beautiful turquoisey color right here. So we're going to swatch that right beside the other. Now this one, the Wet n Wild color has a bit more of a green base, where the Urban Decay has more of a blue base, but would be a really great substitution nonetheless. I think for now I'm done covering the eyeshadow, but like I said, if you were to grab any one of the number of Wet n Wild palettes or one of the e.l.f. Beauty Book eye encyclopedias, you're sure to find a really either exact duplication or a really, really good substitution. I know Urban Decay, MAC, all the higher end brand names are really expensive, and not everybody can afford to have them. So, I mean, you want to look your best, and you still want to be able to wear these fabulous colors, but they can be found elsewhere for a fraction of the cost. So, moving on, I'm going to show you a couple of other products that you're going to be happy to find duplications of. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you, coveted Urban Decay 24/7 eye pencil in Zero. Now, I do believe these retail for about $18. And there you go here. I have found something, believe it or not, that is even better than the Urban Decay, and for a fraction of the cost. And I bring to you the Milani Liquify Metallic Eyeliner Pencil, and the color is black. Now I'm going to swatch that right beside the Urban Decay. And this is the Milani one here. And in all honesty, the Milani one is more pigmented, and once you give both of them the initial time to set, they last equally as long. Another good substitution, if you can't find either one of these, is the Rimmel Soft Kohl Eyeliner in Jet Black. And that's it swatched there. So these are three of the blackest kohl liners that I was able to find. Avon actually has a really good one as well. But hands down, my favorite out of all of them is the Milani one. Now, again, let's go to liquid liner. We have the MAC marker liner here. And I'm going to have to check on the price, but I mean it's MAC, so you know it's going to be a little bit spendy. So here we are right here, and that's the MAC liquid liner. And again, another Milani product. It's the iTech liquid liner right here. And again, I think the Milani liner is maybe about $6 or $7. So again, right beside the MAC one, right here. Now this one is not as black, but I do like the way it applies and the wearability of it. Now again, Gosh, for those of you that are familiar with Gosh, I'd have to double check the price, but I believe a liner is roughly around $15. So these colors are not the same, but I'm just talking about the consistency and the way they wear and the longevity of the product. So I'm going to swatch the Gosh one first, which I have it in this really light blue. And let me see if I can actually get this to show. Oh wow, where is it, guys? Okay, there we go. That light blue. And the duplication I found for Gosh, which actually would probably work for any of the higher end liners, is actually the NYX pencils. And this one is more of a brighter blue. But I've actually found them to be pretty comparable. And while that blue is so light that it's actually, there we go, now we have it showing up. An excellent substitution. And again, we have the Gosh liquid liner, and this stuff, you better make sure you want to wear this color because this stuff is hard to remove. I've actually had this on for days, and this is with, you know, using makeup remover and everything. So I'm going to swatch this right under the blue that I had for the pencil liners. And that's this blue right here. It's like a silvery blue kind of color. And then again, another really good substitution is the Milani Infinite Liquid Eyeliner. So I'm going to swatch that right underneath. And again, this Milani applies easily, and the staying power on it is amazing. And the color is so vibrant. And here is the Milani right at the bottom. So, you know, guys, here is just a few products that I was actually able to go through and find duplications of. Now, as far as the Naked palette itself, you want to get the same look and feel that you would get from the nail palette, Naked palette. I highly suggest getting the Neutral Eye Edition from e.l.f. I mean, the colors in here are a lot of the colors that you would find, and you're going to get the same look and feel for a fraction of the cost. And yes, guys, this is well loved as well as with most of my palettes. And okay, guys, and another dupe that I actually almost forgot about, or a really, really good inexpensive substitution, is, again, this is a product we get here in Canada, but it is one of the more expensive brands, and this is the Swatches. This bronzer here retails for $35. So bronzers are kind of a hard one to show. But I've swatched it here on my hand. There, you can see it right there. And again, I have to say, a really good duplication is Milani. You take the Milani Fantastic Face and Body Baked Bronzer here, and this is retailing for, I believe it's $8.99. And I'm just going to swatch this above it. And here it is right above it. And I know bronzer is kind of a hard one. There we go. The colors are actually pretty much identical. The quality of the product, I have to say, is pretty much identical. But you're saving almost $30. So, I mean, you make the choice. Luckily, I happen to own both of them, and I happen to actually buy this at a discount store, so I did not pay $35. Any of you that know me know I would never, ever, ever pay full price for anything, and you don't have to either. So you want a really good duplication, I would be checking out lines such as e.l.f., Wet n Wild, Milani, and L'Oreal. Those are my 4 top brands that I go to when I'm looking for a duplication of something. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this all, found it informative. Let me think. Yeah, so if you guys want to see more videos like this, please thumbs up. Be sure to leave a comment and let me know what kind of things you'd like me to find duplications for. If I have the product, I will do a side-by-side comparison. But I have done a lot of research on duplications, so I do know of a lot, but I like to see stuff firsthand. So where I can compare them side by side, I'll most definitely do that for you guys. You know, with today's economy, everybody needs to save a couple of bucks. And I found one way of cutting back without suffering quality or look is my cosmetics. I mean, you can find these products. They're out there. You just have to look and watch, you know, do your research. Look around on the internet. Check YouTube for videos like this one where people are doing the comparisons, and see for yourself how close they are. And that will help you better judge whether or not you want to spend the money, if you have it, for that higher end product, or save yourself that money for something else and buy the lower end substitution. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. Again, thanks for watching. Everybody have a fabulous day. I'll be talking to you real soon, and bye for now.